Hello and welcome to Light Waves by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Klarus FlatTac X2. This is an ultra slim, everyday carry tactical flashlight. You can find us retailing for $62.45 at Amazon USA and KlarusStore.com. Recently this had a sale at Cyber Monday, bringing the price down to $39.96. Nice, something to keep in reference if you're waiting for it to go on sale. That's a great price point for this flashlight. So let's check it out, the Klarus FlatTac X2. Here's the box, ultra slim, palm-sized tactical flashlight. Yes, I reviewed the X1, which is much larger. This is kind of like the baby version. Though 3,000 lumens is a bit hot. 3,000, it's a lot for the small flashlight. Palm size, ceramic beads, 5-mode instant on. They got a 10-degree cantered switch design, which is actually really nice. Got the bullet points on the side, ultra thin, lightweight, 85 grams, battery capacity 1500 milliamps, nice, IPX6 water resistant. You can't submerge it, but it can handle rain. So you got your 6th generation tail dual switch, I can read. Main switch, we got real fine writing. Momentary on moonlight, 1-click, last brightness, auxiliary switch, we'll go over all that stuff. So auxiliary does quite a bit. Momentary turbo and strobe and SOS functions. And of course 5-mode instant on. Back here we got some QR codes, scan at your leisure, if you can. And there we are, some contact information, and that's it. Okay, so let's see what came in the box. Set that aside. In the box, we get the star to show the X2, looking good. Your charging cable, USB to USB-C, standard. What else? We get the little product catalog, which I'm not going to go through, but you can see right away, E5 Plus, I reviewed that. And quite a few in here I have reviewed as well. They actually show the there's the X2, and they show the X1 on the front. Cool. All right. And then we get a quick guide. There we go. Kind of zoom in on here. User interface operational instructions. Okay, so you can freeze frame that to help you figure it out. Boom. And of course, the real instructions is right here. It's kind of an easy one to read through. Let's go ahead and look at it. Thank you for your purchase. Please read the manual fully before use. All right, let's do it. Anyway, here's some more bullet points here. Specifications, nice. Awesome. Okay, so what's in the box? Okay, what I showed you. Okay, pretty much pointing out the different things on the light itself. Here we go. Chart, turbo, high, medium, low, moonlight, strobe, SOS, and beacon modes. Very cool. 1 meter drop resistance. The built-in battery using that 1500 milliamp hour to give you an idea of those run times. Here again is the operational instructions. It's a little different. It's actually easier to read in this part. So you probably want to freeze frame this and look at it. Get it all in one shot. You got lock, unlock feature. Double tap the auxiliary switch, which I'll show you. It's got a proximity sensor, which I thought was pretty neat. It's got a 4-inch distance. Works really well. It's really fast acting, which is good. So you don't burn anything. It's a good thing. Thermal protection system. Awesome. Whoop, and then at the bottom here, or the back, low battery reminder and recharging. Okay, pretty basic stuff. We're done with that. All right, let's set the stuff aside and start looking at the X2 in action. All right, so let's go over the dimensions real fast. Well, I guess I'll zoom it on down, get up close and personal here. All right. Oh yeah, getting fingerprints on it already. this matte black is really nice. I actually like it. Okay, so dimensions we have 4 1/8 of an inch in length, or 105 millimeters. We have a width of 1 1/4 inch, or 32 millimeters. Then we have a thickness or height of 9/16 of an inch, or 14 millimeters. So it is pretty much ultra thin. Rocking it. Loving that front end. That's awesome. Yeah. So let's do a size comparison so you get an idea. So I'll bring this back up. All right, so what do we got handy on the bench? I have a ThruNite Saber, which is a AA powered flashlight, single AA, and then we have an 18650 flat top. We have a 21700 flat top. Again, just for size, and then we have a standard. There's a ThruNite TC15 version 3, everyday carry 18650 powered flashlight. The old tubular style that people are still carrying, maybe not. It depends if you have a holster. It's nice, but for pocket carry, the flat is the way to go. I mean, there are disadvantages to having a flat flashlight, and one of them is the battery. You can't easily change it because it's pretty much factory sealed. This one might be able to change, but you got security screws, and I don't know what's going on in there, but this one looks like it's hopeful for maybe changing. I don't know. But there's that possibility on this one. But it's just more comfortable to definitely carry. I love holding this and using it. So yeah, compared to this one, definitely nice. All right, and then I have, for just reference, another flat style that kind of competes. I would say kind of. This one's not a bad light here. This is the OLED. This is the Arcfeld Flat. Now this is the first version of this series. So this is the white LED and a green laser, but you get an idea of the size. So if you have one of these and you're wondering what the X2 looks like compared to it, there you go. So it's taller and a little thicker, but not as wide. So if you look at the width there you go. That's nice stuff. Liking it. All right. This is a lot more money. Like I said, this was on sale for $40. Holy cow. This never really goes on sale for much, but then when it does, it's around 60, I think, or 70-ish, 60. Yeah, it's a lot of money for this thing. Definitely would go this route versus this. I don't really need a laser. I'd rather have UV, secondary, or something like that. But you get the idea. All right, cool. So let's talk about features of the X2 real quick. All right, so we're going to go zooming on down. Should be pretty straightforward, similar to the X1. So if you've seen the X1, it's almost the same, except it has a few different modes, or one less mode. But yeah, going to the front, we have a stainless steel bezel with the 4 ceramic glass bead breaks. You can see them there. I can kind of zoom in edgewise. Yeah. We got a glass protective lens over 2 LEDs with TR optics. And those LEDs are, or they're not TR optics, yeah, they are. They are SST luminous, SST 70s, and cool white. That's all I know about them. So probably like around 6,000, 6,500 K color temperature, and probably about a color rendering index of around 70, 75. I'd say right around there. Above it, your proximity sensor. Like I said, it's fast acting. I'll show it to you right now. So we'll just turn on the flashlight. We'll mode it up to 1200. Here's my hand. We'll actually bring my hand away. Let's see if I can get this in a frame. And it should go automatically back up to brightness. So if I can show you this. There we are. Okay, I measured 4 inches. It looks like it's a little, yeah, it's 4 inches. I don't have enough room on the thing here, but you can see the proximity. Pretty awesome. And it works really fast. Love that. Okay, let's go turn that off. Long press off. All right. Let's see, we got that going on. So you got proximity on the front. Let me just bring an Iron Man. Iron Man. Color back. All right, so the body's your typical aluminum alloy with the Type 3 hard anodized finish. I like the design they put into this. It looks cool. They could have left it blank and simple, but they kind of went to, I don't know, it looks awesome. This looks like a racing hood on a car. Isn't that awesome looking? I don't know, it just reminds me of an automobile in a way. Futuristic designs. Pretty cool stuff. Got your belt clip on the back. Now, it's not super deep carried. You got this extra material here. Not sure about the flat. The flat looks like it goes back a little further. Yeah, it's more convenient. Yeah, and the through night I showed you goes a little further. Well, you still got that little depth there. It just depends on how you're carrying your flashlight. If that's going to bug you or not sticking out. I mean, you got your controls right away, which is nice. So it's not a bad thing. It's a safety lock, which is good. So I mentioned it was IPX6 waterproof, and it also is 1 meter drop resistant, which is good. OLED display. So as you saw there when I turned it on, it displays what mode you're on. So with my hand. So that proximity sensor works all the way down to the 300 lumen mode, which is your medium, and it goes right to low. As you can see, it's throttling down to 65 lumens proximity. But yeah, there it is. It shows you the level you're on, battery status, and of course the lumen output. Let's go through it. And then of course when you go to turbo, it shows the countdown. You don't want to run that too long. It gets way too hot, too quick. Yeah. So that's a neat setup. Okay, great. Yeah, like it's a nice and crisp display. Those are nice displays. Handy. Nice reference. Okay, long press off. Charging jack. So open this up here. It's your simple USB-C. So when you're charging this flashlight, it charges fast. So it charges at 2 amps. It'll charge this full battery under an hour. Yeah, goes really quick. I recommend a 1 amp charger. It's just me. I'm not a fan of charging this thing at 2 amps. It's a LiPo pack. I would rather it charge a little slower. So I use a 1 amp power brick from like an old Amazon Kindle or an old iPhone. You can pick them up on eBay. Just a 1 amp charger is all you need. And yeah, you can throttle it that way. So something to think about. Okay, so the switches are pretty neat. You got 2 of them. You got your main one and you got your auxiliary. So your main one does a couple things. We'll go ahead and push this on and show you the main switch. So quick press on, turns flashlight on, and then long press, turn it off. So press on, long press off. Okay. Another thing you can do is from on, single press to cycle the modes from moon, low, medium, and high. So if we turn it on, you can just then hit it again, like little clicks. And of course, it'll cycle. Let me move my hand here. It's actually going the reverse what I said. See it going down, all the way down to moon. So there's high, medium, low, moon. Moon's 15 lumens, which is, I always think of moon as 1 lumen, but you get the idea, right? Yeah, and then long press off. Okay, so from off you have a momentary moon mode. So from off, press and hold. So press and hold the main switch, it's going to do momentary moon while I hold it. Then when I let go, this is going to go off. There you go. See, momentary moon and off. Okay, so there it is. It's that simple. And of course, you know, it has mode memory, as you saw. So wherever you left it at, if you leave it at 300, long press off, turn the flashlight back on, you should be at 300. There you go. And proximity sensor. Love how fast that acts. Really quick. Nice. Okay, cool. Having fun with that. All right, so let's get to the auxiliary. So let's go ahead and just long press off. Now, auxiliary is cool. If you can't handle flashing lights, look away. So with the red auxiliary switch, quick press accesses strobe mode. So I just one click, we have strobe flashing away here, and it does high frequency, then low frequency. Okay, and then hit it again to stop it. Okay, very simple. Now that also works from on and off as well. So if you're on your flashlight mode and you want to do strobe right away, you can tap the red button while you're on the main mode. And if you tap it again, it goes back to your main mode. Strobe, back to your main. You get the idea, right? Same with turbo. So from on or off, you get to your turbo by just long press. It has a countdown, 15 seconds. Okay, and of course from on, you can do the same thing as well. Then when you let go, it's going to go back to your normal mode. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you the lockout. So you just, for lockout, two press, shows locked, and now this flashlight is locked out. Will not turn on except for the moon mode by pressing and holding the main switch. So you have the one mode available to you. So if it's in your pocket, you won't dump the light or burn anything if it goes off. Plus you have access to light. And until you figure out that you're locked. Unlock by double tapping again. This is unlocked. Sweet. Now if you want to get to these SOS and beacon modes, triple press. So 1, 2, 3. We have SOS mode. And do that again. 1, 2, 3. We have beacon mode. So the beacon mode is 400 lumens and the SOS is 300 lumens. So 400 and 300. Very cool. 3. Back to SOS. And single press off. There you go. Pretty basic. Let's go ahead to the garage, work on some pictures in action, and then we'll do a little desktop demo and do final thoughts on the X2. So let's go to the garage. Here I am in the garage, 15 feet away from the garage door. Light is on turbo, 3000 lumens. I don't expect most users will use this much because you're limited to 15 seconds. Total throw at this mode is 170 meters. Probably use this in a defense scenario. Now we're on high. This is 1200 lumens. Expect a runtime throttled at about 2 hours and a throw of 104 meters. When I say throttled, it's probably going to kick down to 300 lumens after about a few minutes. Now we're on medium mode. This is a nice mode to use around everywhere. Walking, searching for things. 300 lumens gets a lot done. This will run for 7 hours before the battery depletes and has a throw of 50 meters. Now moving to low mode. Another useful mode, 65 lumens. Expect a total runtime of 16 hours and a throw of 25 meters. And for our last picture, this is moon mode. This is 15 lumens. Expect a total runtime of 40 hours and a throw of 15 meters. You'll find moon also very usable, especially when you want to conserve the power of the flashlight. Okay, let's move back to the bench. All right, so we'll go ahead and turn this on. Do a quick demo. Let's see, I got it on low. I guess that's good enough. Oh no, it's even higher. Hold on. Let's cycle that down. Yeah, let's start out at the lowest. All right. Got Iron Man. Okay, so you get an idea for the beam pattern at low mode. So this is the eco mode, or moon mode I'd call it. Alright, so you can kind of see the edge coming in. You can see it looks like it's a cool white with my camera lens, but in person it's kind of has a little greenish tint on the lower modes. As you go up the modes, that green tint tends to lessen a little bit. Just so you have an idea, there's a greenish tint to this. Okay, so when I aim this at the ceiling, we'll go through the modes. So we're gonna go, whoops, there's high, medium, low, and moon. 1200 lumens, now let's go turbo. Oops, strobe, there's turbo, 3000 lumens. Yeah, lights everything up. Beautiful thing. Turbo's off. Going back down, back to moon. Here we are. Okay, cool. An RFI test real quick, and then we'll do final thoughts. So I always bring a radio in because I'm a radio channel. This thing is fantastic for using with radios.
Was aligned that the number one thing in this state is to get LSU football back to the championship level where it was at before. That's very unique to have everyone in the state, okay, on the same page to get the same thing done. And so it's pretty awesome. And again, it's why we went through a really challenging...
Pretty awesome. Yeah, the only RFI you're going to have is from the display right up here if you put the display part by the antenna, but you're not doing that when you're using this. So, yeah, you're probably going to be using like this mode here if you're using it with radios at night or in a power outage situation. Yeah, this is nice. This will work perfect. All right, cool. Move that out of the way. All right, let's do final thoughts. Okay. Long press off. Bringing in Iron Man. Get my lights on. Okay. So let's talk about likes, dislikes, and final opinion on this. So the X2, let's bring it on down. Well, you know what I forgot to do? I was going to do this. I see it hiding underneath my paperwork. The big brother, I have it on my table. The X1. Okay, so if you have the X1, you have an idea of the difference. 2150 milliamp hour battery versus the 1500. They use the similar LEDs. And it's similar pretty much size there if you look. This has a few more modes. I think one or two more. So if you're wondering. But it's got a similar setup. It does have larger buttons. Stick up higher. The X2 kind of has a more lower profile, which I like actually. I do like the low profile buttons of the X2. That's just me personally. But there you are, the X1, the X2 together. Okay, cool. So yeah, now you got the idea. Bring it downtown. All right, let's talk about the X2 here. It's going to have similar likes and wants as the X1 as well. The big one in here is the compact size versus the X1. I do love how small this is. This just feels right in the hand. You know, holding this thing, it feels great. You're going to want to pick this up and use it. It just has that feel. When you're walking around, you have a few flashlights on the table, which a lot of us do. If you figure out which one to take, you'll find yourself picking this one up first because it's convenient. And the modes are nice. So, yeah, love that. Okay, kind of went on a tangent, but yeah, compact size is a beautiful thing. All right, cool. What else do I like? Beam pattern. The beam pattern is nice. I do like the way it floods. For a light like this, that's what you want. OLED display. I love that. I just love that status. You know what came out first? I think it was Nightcore did with the Tiki. Or not Tiki. I'm saying tube. Or I can't remember what it is. Maybe I'll do a pop-up here what light that is. I can't remember for the life of me what that one was called. But yeah, it was a little guy. And had the same thing, OLED display. I loved it, and I bought one just because of the display. I didn't buy this because of the display, but it's nice they have that. Dual switches, yeah. At that cantered angle, it's just convenient. It feels good with your thumb there. So it's a natural position for using these buttons. Yeah, it's a nice setup, dual switch design. Proximity sensor, that is just amazingly good. 4-inch distance, it reacts very quickly, so you don't burn anything. Yeah, it's a smart thing. I think most flashlights like this should have one of those, definitely. Instant turbo, another beautiful thing. Moon and low modes are very useful on this flashlight, and of course extend the runtime. Glass break beads, if you ever need it, you got them. So if you have to break glass to get out of something, you got it. So great. And then electronic lockout. That's a wonderful thing. Double tap. It's intuitive. So yeah, it doesn't interfere with your turbo and strobe. You have to actually double tap to get to the lockout. Now, I think the X1 has a triple tap to get the lockout. Triple tap might have been a wiser choice, but then you'd have to, you get that strobe and SOS mode in the way. So yeah, it's hard to say which way you should go with that, but I'm thinking probably triple tap or 4 taps. Usually it's 4 taps for most lights like this, you know, where they have electronic lockouts. Just ideas. Okay, so breaking away, dislikes and wants. Use a replaceable battery. Something easy to replace would be fantastic. Like a couple screws in the back, pulls out, has a LiPo pack that plugs in a board, unplug it, pull it out, put a standard pack in, plug it in. That would be good. But we don't have that. So UV or red secondary. So I think 3000 lumens is a bit too much. 1500 would be just fine on one of these lights. And why don't you have the other one like a UV high intensity or a red high intensity? That would be fantastic as red for night vision or UV for inspection. They're just nice little things to have. I'm a fan. Of course, this light here, maybe you have a version where you have a warm LED, like a Nichia, a high CRI. It doesn't have to be as luminous. And yeah, it could definitely be like a, 900 lumen or 1000 lumen. And everybody gets excited about the big numbers, but you don't need it. I mean, as long as you can render colors nicely, that's what I like. So if they could have a warm version, that'd be nice. Something I'm looking forward for. It'd be nice to see if they do it. I don't know if they will. They probably won't. So overall, the X2 defines the compact flat style tactical flashlight. It's a good deal when on sale. Is it worth the $62.45? Probably. It's a bit on the high side. I'd probably wait for it to go on sale around $49 or under. When it went for $40 to Cyber Monday, that's a big deal. That was fantastic. We may not see that price for a while, or we might. Just depends. So definitely watch it for on sale. So I guess a recommended buy on sale. Definitely. So hope you enjoyed the video of the FlatTac X2 Klarus. Awesome. If you want to see more, hit subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future videos. I like the brand. You'll see me reviewing these quite often. Definitely do that if you haven't done it already. And 3, comment down below what you think about the X2 FlatTac by Klarus. Is this something you're going to pick up? Are you a fan of the other brands out there? Like the OLED, like the Jet Beam. There's others out there. There's a million of them. But, these, I think these pioneered it, the OLED, or they refined it, one of the two. Let me know what you guys think. What would you be looking at? How do you like the tail design switch? I like that. I mean, this is nice. We got the mode switch in the front, but I do like the tail switches. It's just convenient. Just nice. Pick it up and go. That's me personally. So X2 is definitely a winner in my book. So let me know what I read, respond on those comments. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next awesome video.